before we get into the league news, I think Mac has our question of the day, which is presented by Brackish Life.
Yes, I mean, buckle up a little bit just because it's a weird one. I might have even aired this grievance at some point on the podcast before, and I don't really fully know how I'm going to word this question, but we're just going to see what kind of falls out of my mouth here. So, I guess the question would be what is your biggest word pet peeve? And I'm thinking more along the lines of acronyms, right? I'll give an example that I'm not going to use as mine, but think about the phrase PIN number. You're at a gas station, it's type in your PIN number for your credit card or your debit card or whatever. PIN number, that makes no fucking sense because PIN stands for personal identification number. So why would it say PIN number? That's insane.
So it would be personal identification number.
Right. It should just say type in your PIN, but it doesn't. And I checked today because I got gas and it literally said type in your PIN number. And I was like, you're so stupid for this.
Why? Yeah. That's a good
but
one.
Anyway, that's not, and it doesn't have to be an acronym, but if there's just some thing that people say that bugs you, I've got two that I'm gonna.
Okay.
So
I think I've got more than one.
I'll go first just to give you guys a second if you need to think of one. This is a really specific one, and it probably only applies if you're on the East Coast because I haven't seen these out in Midwest or West Coast, but hopefully you guys are familiar with the grocery store semi chain called Mom's. It's Mom's Organic Market. Have you seen this place before?
Yes, there's one in White Marsh.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been inside of one, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's stylized as M period O period M period apostrophe S, right? So the name of it is Mom's, possessive, Mom's, her place. It's Mom's grocery store or whatever. But underneath of it, and again, there's periods. So the M, the O, and the M stand for something as well.
Right. Yeah.
And underneath it says, this drives me fucking insane, you guys. It says Mom's Organic Market.
Why would it?
You cannot have the whole thing be the first thing that it stands for.
You can't have
Mom's, but it stands for Mom's or you. That's so wrong. That's correct. So wrong.
Mom's is already possessive, telling you that it is Mom's Organic Market.
You don't need to call it Mom's, or it doesn't need to stand for Mom's Organic Market. Just call it Mom's Market or call it Mom's Organic Market if you want to, but don't put the periods and say that it stands.
Yeah.
Mom doesn't stand for anything. It's just
Mom's.
Yeah. I could go for 20 minutes here. Trust me. I won't, but I could.
Isn't the O in the logo an
apple? Yep.
Okay, so I am thinking
is also dumb as shit in my opinion. But
and unrelated to the spelling, the store, I've been in there once or twice. It's very hard to navigate.
Yeah. My buddy Colin, who you guys met, who's from Baltimore and lives out here with me now, he actually worked there briefly, right before he came to Milwaukee, and I bitch about this to him all the time, and he's like, I don't know, I don't care, and I'm
dude, it was just a job.
Yeah, literally, he's like, I don't think about it, and I'm like, well, I do, and it keeps me up at night.
Yeah, that's a weird one. So mine's not quite the same as yours. It's not an acronym, but this is just a public service announcement for anyone who speaks English. And the reason this came up is because at my work, we recently hired a guy from Europe whose second language is English, and he's good at English, but he's still, you know how they speak it. They speak it properly. We don't. And he looked at me and he goes, can I ask you a serious question? I said, yeah, what's wrong? He goes, there's a girl, I can't name coworkers. I don't know if they listen. So I'm like, there's this one girl that works at our office, and she always says, oh, I could care less. And he's like,
yeah, that one's brutal.
And he's like, why does she say she could care less? What's the, I've always learned you in my language, it's you could not care less. I said, no, you're right.
Yeah.
And but there are people, there's more people who write I could care less than I couldn't. And it drives me insane.
Yeah, that one is a bad one. I hate it.
I had a roommate who used to say take it for granted.
Oh,
I like my
oh,
countertops. Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like just so funny. Or play it by ear. He thought was play it by year, which means that
No,
like maybe next year we'll talk about
no,
it.
Okay,
no.
that's
Play it
bad.
by year.
Yeah.
The
Fuck.
I don't want to say who this person is, but they may or may not work with and or protecting the president. Just saying.
oh Jesus
Oh
God, that's
God.
the
What
intelligence
about
there.
a lot of people don't realize this one, and I think a lot of people are guilty of this one. Anyways, why are you putting an S on the end of that, man? And
Yeah.
anyway, what is anyways? That are you a toddler?
Ooh.
Is there a
If
place
we're
for
going
that?
down this rabbit hole, I gotta throw this one out here. People that
Anyway,
say probably when they're supposed to be saying probably.
I mean I text that.
I
I don't
text.
I was
usually
gonna say
say
I
it.
know I'm looking at two of
Yeah.
them right here, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know if I don't think I say it, but I
you
definitely
definitely
text
don't
it.
say it. But
Probably.
yeah,
Probably
probably.
not.
probably not.
I say it's yeah. It's just
Probably
the could not care less one
that
really
one's
drives me
bad.
nuts.
As a demographic, I would say that the state that we were all born in, not the best when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of just
Oh yeah.
morons.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
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 Morons.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like I say that, but when you
A
mention it,
lot of
it's
people are
wrong.
guilty of it, but it's dumb. It like think about it. Why would
It makes I
that's
understand what you're
not even a
saying.
word. It's
It
just
just I never thought of it like
I
that.
don't
yeah.
know if this counts, but I constantly, like when I'm texting, I will go to type the word each other or the two words each other
That one's not
as
as
one
bad. That's a
cohesive
tough one.
word.
I mean, honestly, like it's
And it
yeah.
always like prompts me, and I'm like, fuck, why do I always think this should be one word?
No, there's a few like that where I'm like, I feel like that's not quite as bad.
Yeah.
I was editing something today at work and I looked one up and now I can't remember what it was, but it
I'll
was
hit you with a real quick secondary question of the day. It's a one word answer. What's one word in the English language that you cannot spell for the life of you anytime you spell it?
I always like if I'm typing, I fuck up definitely all the time.
That's yeah. I feel
for
like that's
some reason, the one that I type, I guess I just type it to. It's obviously very easy word to spell. I know how to spell this word. I'm not that dumb, but like when I'm typing it, I always fuck it up. Is something. I end up with the
really
E before the M every time. I don't know if that's just the way
thumbs.
my thumbs move. Like it
Yeah.
just yeah.
So
Diarrhea, very difficult word to
That's a tough
spell.
one.
And
I
I
don't use
use
that
that
one that
word. Oh,
often.
I use that word all the
Oh,
time when I'm
okay.
texting. Yeah.
One that I struggled with for a very long time was inconvenience.
That's a
That
tough
one,
one.
that one wrecks me. I for the longest time could not do restaurant either.
Ooh, I have a trick for this. My Spanish teacher in 6th grade said, pretend like you're writing it in Spanish, just don't put the E on the end because they literally sound it out phonetically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Restaurante.
spell that
Yeah.
one phonetically.
Oh, I couldn't.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
out.
okay, just I was typing this word today. Interchangeable. I hate ones like that because it's like the E at the end of the change and then into a bull. It
Mhm.
looks so wrong, but you need it there.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
like the word whatsoever. I'm like, this should be
Oh, it
like
looks so wrong.
it's just
Yeah.
so
Strange.
wrong.
It's
Yeah.
a very strange one. All right, now that we've
All
done the
right, we gotta
spelling
get it.
bee,
Yeah, we gotta get out
Yeah.
of
yeah,
here.
And that was
uh,
words.
yeah, that was words with EB. Yeah, so that was presented by Brackish Life, BRCKI. No, I'm kidding. Brackish Life. Let's talk about them. If you're like us and grew up on the water and outdoors, then Brackish Life is perfect for you. They have a wide selection of gear from UV shirts to hoodies and hats. It is Real Bay apparel made by Real Bay people. Head to www.brackish.life today to check them out. A little salty, a little fresh, Brackish Life.